came up this morning, but decided it was going to be the commissioner also.
You guys enthused? You guys looking forward to training these guys and all of that?
So I just want to tell you that we have 81 students here right now.
Right.
And they were on testing morning and they have had no concerns.
Okay, how long they been here?
They've been here from the 20th.
Okay. How many days is that now?
They are gone almost 10 days.
Okay.
Salud. Come here, Steve. Steven. Steven.
Don't open it, yeah?
No. Salud, Steve. Salud.
Sir.
The plane guard, the one that the police. The commissioner is there, sir. He's inside. And the face is here.
Inside.
Yeah, it's interesting. It looks good.
Over here first, I go to the classroom.
Welcome back to our good parish, man. Yes. Shopping. Great place to train people, you know, out of the way, no distractions. You know. Financially.
Over there. That's the one. I'm building now. Yeah. We recognize that we really need to have something, especially when we're going by guest lecturer.
Yeah, you need to be a swimmer.
It's calm today, but nobody is
Even not even that far.
Yeah.
Rock current.
The rope is current.
Current, yeah, on the door.
Here.
Very, very. A lot of people drop.
So that's one of the things where it's no temptation.
Once you get down, once you go,
Okay.
Some people need to know to swim.
When I say fence, when you come in,
We'll upstairs.
I just think Mr. Town and wait from there.
Oh, that's all. They will be left at the same time. So we're going this way. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome to the Everything going all right?
Yes, sir.
Preparing for another surgery. We're going to after Tuesday. Putting these things inside here, so
And then the bathroom in the back here. They used to be.
yes, so the bathroom is going to be back here.
What, they're not there, no?
No, so that's why I'm trying to build that bathroom over there.
Not really there, but.
Only two?
No, three.
Huh?
Yeah, no, no.
Okay, all right.
because if classroom crossing,
And they have the individual, so that's the same thing we're saying.
Very interesting. Very
Welcome back to our good parishman.
Yes.
Stop it. Welcome back to our good parishman.
Yes.
Stop it.
came up with that.
No, so no, that.
No, the community celebrate. College. Yeah, adding. It's right to speak to the master. Try and keep him on.
Yes,
Everybody ready? Any questions to start?
yeah. Minister, what's your purpose here today?
The first I want to do, this is Tranquility Bay, which is a new added campus for the National Police College. And the first batch is currently here. At this point in time, it's being primarily used by the commissioner team as a quarantine facility. So the young recruits are brought here for 2 weeks and then they move to National Police College. Eventually, it will be used as a full-fledged campus and they'll be trained here for graduation. So I want to see what the facilities are like and also to reassure the country that we are committed to putting the resources in the police force in a structured manner. The police force was here once, they spent 3 years, but we intend to be here long term. It will be a campus facility added to the facilities in St. Elizabeth. So you'll have a full campus of the National Police College. We are currently leasing, we are looking forward to acquiring it so that we can put in a full operation on here. And you know, at this point in time, having toured, I'm quite satisfied with what we have. We have started, that's what's important. There are some things to be done, small things being done, and will be completed. But as we acquire it and move forward, we're going to really build this into one of the finest college in this part of the island. St. Elizabeth do have a reputation on the buff for the Bethlehem Teachers College and some others. We're coming right into an ecosystem where education and training at the highest level is regarded and respected. And that's what we want to do here. So I'm very happy to have taken charge. It's part of our announcement and plans, and again, demonstrating our will to continue what we are committed to do. This is a commissioner's initiative to be here, and the government is going to give full support to the commissioner team to ensure that we get the JCF to where it wants to be.
Minister Chang, in your presentation to Parliament on Tuesday, you said over 12,000 officers are in the force. How many are you looking to recruit with this expansion?
The current establishment is 15,000. We expect to get there. I think the commitment that the leaders of the force have given us to try and get up to 1,200 training per year. This year we'll not make that number because of COVID. I gather the current class here of current cohort is 8 to 1. They go to the primary campus next week, and then another 90 plus will come in. But the full capacity here with this up and going will be 225. So this will be a major part of the training facility for the Jamaican Consular Air Force.
Minister, in terms of expenditure here, could you give us a dollar figure as it
I think that's
140 million.
139 million.
139 million to be exact. The Foreign Secretary has the exact figure so far. And more will be spent because we'll spend enough to ensure that the officers are comfortable and function and everything is functional. Right? And that's important. As the young men come into the force, they have to come to a facility that conveys the professionalism and stature of the police force. We're not going to shortchange that.
MP, how is Treasure Beach receiving the officers and what's happening here?
Treasure Beach is very happy. This is a big plus for the community. They had a short stint here earlier, and we have been lobbying significantly to get them back. Clearly this speaks to the entire safety of the Treasure Beach community and ties into what we do here, especially our community tourism product and model. So we're very happy to host. You know, we are some of the best hosts in the entire world, so we're very happy to have the police college here. Also, we think it will really help a lot of our citizens across the constituency to aspire to join the JCF. And that's what we want to see. We want to see people leaving Monroe and recognizing that there is a police college right next door to them and they want to come leaving Hampton. So we believe that will help in the aspirations to join the JCF. They will recruit even better members, and it will all go well for the force, it will all go well for the community. So it's a very happy day for us, and especially seeing that there are long-term plans to really set a foothold here. I think this will really help the community tremendously.
Commissioner, Steven, how happy are you this morning, and how does this fit into your crime plan?
Okay, so the crime plan had three tracks. The first one being all of the law enforcement activities we do. All the improvements that you've heard about in terms of investigations, science used in investigations, all the good outcomes we've been getting in that regard. The middle track is force development and transformation, and this is a part of that. Obviously, we need more people, and so in that track, which is the transformation track, we are looking at people, their training, recruiting, development of our people. Then we're looking at the structure, and we've been doing some restructuring. We've restructured about 6 branches of the force so far. Then we have our infrastructure build, which is being done with the ministry on the rock. And then we have equipment and we have technology. So all of this is combining to increase the capacity of the JCF and become the police force that the country expects of us. The third track is stakeholder engagement, and that is going pretty well. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do this alone. And so you, of course, are some of the critical stakeholders for us. So thank you for coming here and seeing what we're doing. I think this is a great initiative. Once we get up and going here, hopefully we'll be turning out about 225 officers per batch. And we'll be doing that in the long term, as well as obviously what's happening at Twickenham Park. So all in all, it's a good day, when we can do something like this.
Minister Chang, is St. Elizabeth expecting anything else from Project Rock?
Up to date, we are in the process to fix all our police stations at an acceptable level, and some of the things we'll be doing there. I think we have in fact completed most of the stations in St. Elizabeth. The only thing we're doing is to ensure that they have a proper reception area, that they have private interview rooms, they have lock-ups in good condition where they are, and we are pursuing that. So even the station may be in reasonable physical condition, we'll look at what modifications to be done. The fact is that, I use the term for reception area as opposed to guard room, that the traditional guard room does not fit into customer-friendly quality public engagement. So those are being changed to ensure that not only one of it is, whether you come to give evidence in private or you come to domestic station, they have privacy and confidentiality. In essence, they are going to a professional reception area where you can meet the professional and have discussed your problem. And that is a key operation. We're doing all the stations. So if there's one that is effective, point it out to work on it. But we have the intention and the commitment is to ensure that all our police stations are at a satisfactory physical level.
Commissioner, do we know how many classrooms have been constructed?
Yes.
6 classrooms have been constructed over there on the block. You've got a chance to walk through. Pretty large classrooms, and we hopefully that will take us. Will take the number of persons that we have. It will. We still have work to do, clearly. And so, really, but this is good for where we are, considering COVID, considering everything. We're at a good place. Thank you. Yeah.
Minister, how do you react to the recent spate of attacks on security forces in light of a mass protesting worse against their police?
Well, at the front of the left, first I'm happy the protest is not against Jamaican police, which is symbolic of some of the significant changes the Commission brought about in the operational nature of the police force. At the same time, however, the attack on the police force is a great concern. It's whenever you get attacked on a law enforcement agency, it's attacked on this very state itself. And when you have many citizens willing to do so easily and willing, is a great concern. And that, of course, while the force has taken significant steps to improve their stakeholder engagement, nationally, you'll see that this year was one of the lowest in terms of police fatal shooting in the last 40 years coming down. And when you look at the investigation of Indicom, it's less than 5% that goes to any kind of disciplinary measures. I think there are 4 out of 6 charges were laid. Fatal shooting, 2 of them were domestic shootings, killings, and I think 36 cases for disciplinary measures. So you can see the emergence of almost very professional force conduct themselves in a manner that we desire. But there are too many citizens still willing to kill, not in police force, members of the security forces. And it is not a serious concern to us. This is among the reasons why we are trying to expand our social marketing program, and we are expanding the zones of special operations, and we go deeper into the community to isolate criminals, isolate them, identify them, prosecute them, and work with the community. But we have to work seriously with other agencies. The Prime Minister has established the Monitoring Commission to use tendency of violence in all stages. The attack on the security forces of particular concern with the state with disrespect for law and order. The government is taking close note and will be taking steps to try and reduce that as well.
August Town is crying out for enhanced security measures to respond to the rampant criminality in the area. What is being contemplated for the community?
When you mention Augustone there, I have to give preliminary comments. One, Augustone is one of those communities that have had much of the traditional intervention. It's right beside the university, and academics and others have sought to intervene in Augustone and negotiate peace, in brackets, with youngsters and all the other traditional events that take place in Jamaica, which I have spoken about that they have not worked, and they will take new approaches. And we work in conjunction with the commanders of the force, and I'm sure that they are currently operationally active in Augustone. And when they bring the recommendations to the Prime Minister, I am sure we'll take action to ensure we can maintain peace and safety in Augustone. And whatever happens in there, we'll be going in with the kind of interventions that we have adopted as a government, which seeks to ensure that there is a whole of government approach, and interventions is based on a secure foundation. We're not going in there to negotiate with the criminals and the gangsters. So they have attacked police, they have attacked people in there. The one that was killed in one state, they burned down a house, and they have shot down the security force. Separate the community.
We're asking you to put on your cap now as General Secretary for the day. How do you think the campaign will go, given the restrictions to gatherings?
You know,
Issues of the campaign or
issues of the campaign. Well, the issues would be how to establish, to communicate with your constituents, and that be the national and local constituents. And given the restriction based on this, we have to adopt new methods and approach it a different way. And maybe some of it will be of lasting benefit. The fact is that politics is an emotional issue, and the traditional large, massive gatherings, beside being entertainment, sometimes generates high emotion and unnecessary conflict. So we may in fact come out of this. It could be viewed in a sense as almost a maturing process. We could go into this and come out with a more mature process. That we have to adopt much more engaging attitude to make communication with our constituents. Certainly, we are talking to the media here, and they're part of what we do. You'll recall in the last campaign, which introduced some new features. Prosperity Live programs were a very important and effective part of what the Jamaica Labour Party engaged in. Again, that was addressing the country using modern electronic means. We went to radio and live streaming activity. And now that you've got more people in public ads, even less cost than putting 60,000 people square, and you had less risk involved. So we are going to, as the Jamaican politics is seek to engage the entire population in about this course, but we'll have to look at other methods, and some of those methods are permanent and could be assessed to reflect maturing on the political process. But we have examined all of that. The electoral office is looking at some changes in how they approach the election day, and we'll work with it. The Labour Party is comfortable with some of the suggested changes, and we're adapting our campaign, and we're confident our campaign will succeed.
One last question. Your reactions to the political ombudsman probe into the candidates who are public servants?
Well, I don't have to approve necessarily. The ombudsman have the right to be public servants. They call them public servants. As candidates, public servants are entitled to participate in the political process. Those who are involved in particular areas will have to resign before the nomination. And we are aware of that, and that will be done. But you cannot remove public servants from potential candidates. We are a small country and a limited pool of leadership skills. And the public sector is maybe one of the largest pool of professionals and people who have obvious leadership skills. So it would be a tragedy to remove them from the process, from the process altogether. But we'd expect them, while they are still active, to conduct their activities in a professional manner, and certainly they'll have to resign before we get into the elections.
Mr. Minister, in terms of Mr. Andrew Wheatley, the Prime Minister recently announced that Mr. Wheatley is still in consideration to be on the election slate. As the Secretary for the party and also as the Security Minister, with his involvement being investigated, do you think he will be appropriate to be on the election slate at this time?
I said I don't want to comment on that particular case yet, and I cannot separate myself from I can't say ask the General Secretary or ask the Minister of National Security. I'm one and the same. And the Ministry of National Security agency, we don't have any control. The MOCA is part of the investigating team, so it would be inappropriate for me to be in the comment. In fairness, if I give you inadequate information, it looks like I am holding back. If I give you excessive information, it would appear I'm exercising privilege with dealing with some of the investigating agency, which would be inappropriate.
Okay, lastly.
So while the investigation is going on, I prefer not to comment.
Lastly, can you give us an update on the soldiers' condition, the one who was shot in August?
I had the advanced commission with a recent update. My last update was last night.
So the last update
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you. The last update I got was that he had been in surgery and is recovering. So that was the last one I got.
Yeah.
So that's where it is at the moment.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Your cup running over. What do you want? Cup running over.
Good soup. No, she's right. Soup.
This particular piece we avoided.
No, I haven't. I give it her a chance. So, she will tell you that day 2 I reached out to her. But then, you have to give her, you don't want to just, yes, you don't want to just.
He went very quiet, but we have been
It's changed. It should be changed over the last one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But probably about 2 weeks ago, we had a shot of the gas car in front of the
Shot it up.
Hit the glass.
Okay.
Glass at the front.
Well,
But I
that's
see the presence, you know. I've seen
Okay.
Alright, so you want to just state your full name for me and just tell me how the last 4 weeks been in St. Elizabeth so far?
So my name is Narda Sims and I am the acting superintendent in charge of the St. Elizabeth division. The last few weeks have been mixed. We have been doing some work and persons are seeing the result of those work, but we are not complacent in any regard. We continue to push on, we continue to press, and we continue to force the envelope on what needs to happen in terms of law enforcement in the parish. We have been making a few changes to some things. One of the key things that you will be seeing is the targeting of the townships in terms of public order. That is quite important because if we have order within those spaces, we are able to maintain some amount of control from a security perspective. With that said, we continue to provide premier law enforcement activities to ensure that the people of St. Elizabeth are safe.
So in terms of intelligence gathering, because you would have heard in town centers like Santa Cruz, for example, there has been a lot of breaking in number of the business establishments. Any plan afoot in terms of?
Well, already, not to blow any trumpets or anything, already we have been seeing some reductions. We are just going to continue to do what we are doing now, and I'm sure that we'll yield good results from that.
Okay, so you had extensive dialogue with both the minister and the commissioner. Were you advocating for resources for the parish, and were you successful?
I am not advocating for a thing. That's my boss, and those are the persons who I answer to, and so I report to them, and so it is only customary that the person in charge of the division just gives a feedback of what is happening in the parish at this time.
Okay, final words, Superintendent.
Thank you very much.
Final words.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I was waiting on her to tell me. I was already shaking my head.